Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Skull and Bones 2 and 2 here, and in today's Gears of War E-Day video, we're going to be doing something of a special kind of video. We're going to be talking about all of the multiplayer skins and characters that I've seen so far, and some characters that weren't even shown that I do think have a good chance of showing up in multiplayer down the line. So we're going to start the trailer here, and we're going to watch it. So first off, one thing that I do want to get out of the way is I know some notable mentions for people are Cole and Baird. I made a video about that. So we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, so one thing that I want to go through in the video here, actually. So this guy, because I've been seeing a lot of this gear. If I can just pause it. Okay, yes, I've been seeing a lot of this gear here. This looks like Mako because it has the shark teeth and the heavy infantry helmet. So I'm assuming that this is a guy that's a part of Thai squad. Thai squad might consist of like islanders, and so they have this like special greenish armor. They're all matching, and they all have a squad name. Here I can't really see it because there's a squad insignia there on the shoulder pad, but we do know that that's Mako, and we have some gameplay of Mako. This guy right here with the trench coat, because actually we see him. If I'm able to, okay, so yeah, this guy right here, I'm assuming this is General Trench. This guy is very formal. Very, I don't know, he looks like a chairman or an all-father, somebody in Congress or somebody in the government who's not really a frontline soldier, but he's out there fighting with the gears. I would like to believe he's just some sort of government figure, important government figure. But it also could be that he's a general. I do know here, if you guys didn't check, this guy is wearing NCOG Marine armor. This is Captain Michelson. 1000% this is Captain Michelson. I don't know the name of this person here. I know she's like an important squad leader. We've seen glimpses of her in the campaign. We know this is Ty Kaliso. We know we're going to be able to get other skins of him. But I don't want to just go over the stuff that we're seeing in this trailer now. Characters that we'll be able to play as in the game when it comes out. So we got General Trench, Ty, the one female commando leader, Mako, and General Trench. So we see some other skins here. We haven't really seen a lot of different multiplayer skins for the Locust. We know they gave us on the beta day the sniper, the Locust drone, the shirtless, or a new variant of the shirtless, but he's just called the runner or whatever. I think there's the Grenadier as well, and we have also, you know, different variations of those Locusts and different classes. So as we go through the video here, we're able to catch up and see some other characters. It's just going through Horde Siege. I don't see anything like really different. Here we go. This is great. So we see this guy here. I'm gonna actually include some other photos of other characters I've seen, but I'm not sure who this guy is. People are saying that this is a Carmine. This is, from what I've seen, it kind of looks like a gear that belongs to a squad, so perhaps maybe same squad as Mako, I like to believe. But this is also a heavy infantry type gear, which means he's specializing in using heavy weapons. We know that this is Gil Gettner and her co-pilot. We see him in the campaign from a little cutscene. It's nice to see that these guys are getting some representation, because we've never had any like real you know, Air Force representation in the game here. The pilot has like a map of Kelowna on her leg. That's pretty nice, cool little feature. So let's see, we also go back here and we see another snippet of the characters. So we see General Trench, Captain Michelson here. We see Ty Kaliso, and then we see this chick, the one, you know, important prominent squad leader. We'll probably figure out more about her later on. Let's see. Then we go on and they just show some more of the Horde stuff. So I don't see any notable characters here. We see the you know, characters that were shown. Yes, we see just like repeat characters, Michelson and Ty. I think that's Marcus there. Yeah, this is just a bunch of like normal stuff we've seen so far. And I'll be including some screenshots and stuff that I found during my playtest in the beta. So yeah, we got the Grenadier. We've seen the Grenadier. So here, okay, this is perfect. So these guys, I've seen these. I don't know if this is a part of that new Locust faction called the Scorched Legion, because they had this like special armor. But this guy here, like, I don't know if you can see it. I want to put it in slow motion because this is a really good shot of like some of the locust variants and characters that we didn't really get a good look at. So let me just put this in a like very slow. And then I can play that. So Mag shoots the ticker, and then once the ticker goes airborne, Marcus deploys that like little sound wave thing that kind of disorients enemies. So we see here, I'm assuming this is like some sort of hunter maybe. We got the drone. We have this like special grenadier variant here with armor and a helmet. This could be a grenadier elite, possibly. So I'm looking here. We've got a new helmet character here. This guy just looks like some different drone variation. This guy has like spikes and stuff. So we've got some different characters for Locust, you know, playability, which I like. There's a lot of variation between the drones and the classes and stuff. I love to see that. What else to the smoke? They just go over like objectives and stuff. So I just want to break that down and go over it slow. We see Gil Getner again. We see the one cog gear again. I don't know like who this could be. Again, it could be a Carmine. This guy, right? We know this is Mako. We see him here again. I don't know. We saw somebody with the name Carmine in the feed, and we'll get to that part. But I just don't know who that guy is. It's killing me not knowing who this dude is, man, because I really would like to know what gear, or who he belongs to, what you know, squad he belongs to. I just find that interesting that they're including a lot of like helmetless and helmeted characters. We got to look at the Locust Sniper or Locust Hunter or whatever. I find that interesting. When you shoot them, their head doesn't like pop off. It's like the helmet cracks first. Pretty nice feature. So we see the cog gear activating the scanner. And then they're going to try and make their way. So we see her again. We see Ty, we see General Trench, Captain Michelson of the NCOG Marines. And you know he's an NCOG Marine and Captain Michelson, and specifically because right here, if he pulls the long shot while he's reloading, right here, we see this NCOG Marine symbol. It's a dead giveaway. Navy, Navy, Navy. That's perfect. It's good to know. So we haven't seen Captain Michelson besides Gears 3. He was found face down, and Prescott was complaining about the helicopter in the beginning of Gears 3. Here we just see Ty basically mow down a bunch of locusts. Now, this guy's very interesting. I don't know who this is. I do not know who this is. This looks like some important guy, I guess. There's another one here. There's like a bunch of like super bright white bleached armor. Kind of reminds me of like Savage Locust kind of armor. So I don't know. This is like a special specification of Locust that we have access to in this footage here, but could be. I want to return the speed back to normal now because I don't want us to just be in this like limbo normal state. So they go back, they would deploy decoy. We see Dom. We haven't really got any other Dom and Marcus skins besides you know, the exfil Dom and the Death's Rendezvous. So we see here Gil Getner, her skin, pretty cool. More Locust. And then one thing that I wanted to bring in as like a notable mention is I know in the campaign they show Marcus in a dress uniform, so maybe that could be a skin we get later on down the line, like a civilian clothes version of all the characters before they're in their cog armor, which is a pretty good notable mention. So Locust here, we haven't seen this guy. This is like that bleached armor kind of thing that I was talking about, and I wanna assume this is somebody from the Scorched Legion. It looks like something that they would diversify themselves with like the Ash or something like that. It looks like Ash remains. Just a thought. But yeah, we see somebody from the Scorched Legion, I'm assuming. Could just be a Locust class character, but it just looks too special and specific to just belong to the regular Locust army. We see here some of the cosmetics like gold skins. That's pretty cool. I didn't notice that the first time around. Here's this guy, okay? So I find it interesting because he has like the Gil Getner KR tattoos, her Raven tattoo. Not Raven. Well, yeah, her Raven. What's it called? It's the Raven cosmetics or designs. I'm trying to think. Livery. It's the livery. So the livery for her chopper kind of on his gun skin, but this guy looks to, I don't know, man. Is he a Carmine? Because like he has like yield on the thing, and it looks very Carmines. They do customize armor. We know that from Clayton. So who's to say that this guy didn't do it? I gotta play that back because I gotta see who just jumped and got chunked right there. So we see. Okay. So yeah, we see this like could be a Carmine, could be something else. I don't know. Okay, so we see a guy running. You can't really zoom in on that, but oh no, just exit it out. I don't want to do that. So I don't know if this is a regular cog gear. Looks like a regular cog gear. So we see that the one engineer guy with the robotic hand there, he dies. Zoomed in, and I'm not sure. This is a new character. We actually saw a snippet of this character. I think his name is Shin. He's like a combat medic. He was rolling with Ty in the cutscene where him and Mayor Shaw, they all come across the Brumok, and the Brumok's like looking at the building and destroys it, and then Ty and Shin and Shaw all run across the screen. I'm not sure. So they shoot that down. They both die there, but I'm not sure who that gear was in front of him. Could have been Mako. So we see here again. Oh, this is a new character. I'm not sure if this is Gil Getner in a different skin. If this is, I'm not going to say this is 100% Anya, but it looks like Anya. We do have potential for like Carlos to be in the game. We have a good chance for Helena Stroud to be in the game, who was Anya's mother, who was active in the military. Anya herself is definitely going to be in this game because I made a video talking about it. We do visit the Bank of Tyrus, and in the lore, the Bank of Tyrus is where Marcus and Anya find each other. Not for the first time, but they do see each other on E-Day, and Marcus saves Anya from the Bank of Tyrus because she was there with a bunch of other gears, and they got locked into that building. They were preparing for a locust attack from the front of the bank. They ended up emerging from inside the bank and like kind of just like surprised everybody and killed everybody. Anya took it upon herself to lock herself within the vault bank and had a gold bar, and she was going to use it to defend herself against Locust. Obviously, that is not the best form of defense against the Locust, and sooner or later she wrote it out in the bank vault and then opened it and then left and then got saved by Marcus. Marcus and his team at the time came and found her. We see a new weapon skin here. I want to say, again, could be a Gil Getner skin with her hair tied back up, but it could be Helena Stroud or Anya Stroud. Those are notable blonde characters that we see. They give us a close-up of these like collab skins. This guy here for the Locust, right? Very interesting. Again, I want to say that these characters that are like bleached and have this like white kind of like paint or ash spread across their armor and body have got to be Scorched Legion characters. It makes sense, man. I don't know why, but it just looks so specific. It looks so specific for it to just be random Locust, special class Locust wearing this crap. I don't know. So we'll keep that as a mental note. Again, another same dude with the mask from before getting cut down, Marcus. And then there is more. They go over some more stuff in the overview. I'm not sure what else is here. I know this is like a campaign cutscene, I believe. Yeah, we've seen this. Nothing crazy. Kind of want to skip to when they talk about multiplayer because we get some really good tidbits in this bit regarding skins and whatnot. And some of the other stuff that I found from the beta. So we saw some of those like characters and stuff like that, and we see more of I'm going to presume those are probably hunters. We haven't seen anything with like Therons and Cantus, so they have the opportunity to add that later on down the line as the game progresses, which I like. We spoke a little bit about General Trench. We see this like, again, I don't know if this is a Carmine, but he's got this like very custom-esque, design on his armor. I don't know. So we'll only see. Time will tell. And I will tell you that there is a Carmine. We'll look for him in one of these like snippets. We got some Captain and Michelson gameplay, some more Horde Siege stuff. Let me skip because we want to look at the multiplayer characters. Some more General Trench gameplay. That's the guy who's like the announcer, by the way. So okay, hold on, right here. This is great. We didn't see this before. So here, I think that's Shin. Here, the medic, the combat medic, and hopefully they add more combat medics. This is the one female squad leader that we've seen in campaign snippets. What I'll do is I will put this here, and I'm going to slow it down so we can like see. All right. So General Trench does his little front flip. Another locust, very interesting. Helmet wise, that could be a multiplayer character. I know before they've had enemies that just weren't playable in multiplayer, so I really don't think that's going to be the case this time. I think we'll do a good job of implementing everything we've seen in Horde. In multiplayer, we've got Shin here. She gets picked up, and then obviously the boomer dies, saves her. Oh, sorry, I had a burp, guys. Love the gore in this game, by the way. Fantastic job. Okay, so this is so we see here this says Pahanu. So this is, I think this is Mako. So yeah, specific gears on Thai squad are gonna have this like Pahanu, like that's where they're stationed type thing. So we know that they're islanders. I like that that detail there. This is okay. No, this is a new character because Mako doesn't have this shit on his chest. So this is a Pahanu soldier, probably a sniper in Thai squad. Because look, he's got that on his shoulder, and then when he turns, he has like this like chest design. Very interesting. So Thai squad is called the Pahanu Bayonets. That's their squad name, the Pahanu Bayonets. Interesting. So we see the engineer guy with the robot hand. We see Dominic Santiago here and Mags. We see this sniper kind of just doing his own thing. Pretty interesting. We see more of the gameplay of the guy with the robot hand there. Looks like an engineer. Maybe he is the one who helped design the Lancer prototype. Potentially, he looks like an engineer. I like that. I spoke about before, like us not seeing enough engineers, and given Baird is going to be here, it'll be good to see that. We see some more of the Locust Grenadier Elite. That's what I'm assuming. So we see more of that. Stims himself, drops it, and bam. I do like going over this stuff in slow motion in case we miss anything. All right, so here's some gameplay of Shin, the Shin skin, the combat medic. You know he's a combat medic, and I was able to spot this because if we get the chance, I don't know if he does an execution, but there's a glimpse where we see the patch. Yeah, right here. So this is the medical patch right there. I'll say, he's a combat medic, and he's rocking healer. Like, it's very self-explanatory. Like, I did a good job of blending the two there to give you the context that this is a combat medic. I love that. I think this is Shin again. So there was a character named Gray. I don't know who that is. Could be a random cog gear, but we don't see who that is. Gray, this guy here. Could be from another squad. I don't know who that guy is there. Could be that Carmine, perhaps, maybe. Possibly. Could be a Carmine. We don't know who, but we have this guy talking, and I know there's going to be... So we have some more of the one girl boss. We've got, I think this is Mako here. That's got to be Mako. Some more. We got Marcus turned on fortifications. Trying to see if we see anything else, man. There's got to be something else. So we see more of the one girl boss sergeant from before. So yeah, we see her just ripping a dude apart. Trying to skip here. Or we get some more of this, like, I guess, Carmine character on, like, the Night Horde Siege map, because there's going to be 3 Horde Siege maps. Private Olsen. That's another name. Okay, maybe this is Private Olsen. That guy with the custom gear armor that we're seeing. Private Olsen. Okay. That could be him. We also do know that somebody is called Carmine. And we're going to get to that in a few. So here we see Gil Getner. There's somebody to the side. think that's Mako again. Oh, and that's cool. We have like a little reflex sight for the hammer burst. Pretty interesting. Let's see. So we skip a little ahead. We get Shin here again, the combat medic, Captain Michelson. Bile Frog, he's getting taken down with some gears here to the right. Let's see. Gil putting the bomb down. I just want to like get to that part where like they're showing more character gameplay. See a gear in the corner, and Marcus disintegrates somebody. Deadass just turns them to bones. That's insane. You see Mags there. Interesting. See the squad leader. We see some more Captain Michelson. Let's kind of speed this up, just so if I need to slow it down, we'll slow it down. Just want to make sure I don't skip anything right here. So we come into this big fight. They're interacting with another team. We got Ty. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know who this is. I have a feeling it could be one or two people. This is a blonde-haired individual. This could be Helena Stroud or this could be Anya. One of the two. They can make it fit. Helena or Anya. It could be Helena. Could be Helena Stroud. I wanna say that could be Helena Stroud because I don't know, man. It looks like a blonde individual that we've met before, and we've only talked about one other blonde individual in the books. So, okay, Gray is her name. So, Gray is the squad leader. She's the squad leader. Okay, so she does have a name. You got Marcus chainsawing some guy. Who was that? I'm gonna play that back. He chainsaw someone. Who walks past him? I think that's the pilot, the co-pilot. I don't know his name, but co-pilot. He goes by. Yeah, this is the co-pilot guy. So we get some gameplay of him. All right, here, Mags revives Carmine. So we do have a Carmine, and I want to probably subscribe to the theory that helmeted guy with that custom armor, custom writing is probably him. Okay, hold on. This is interesting. So we skip something. So this is going to be good right here. I like playing as characters, like, besides Ty, maybe. Like, I like playing as the gears that have, like, their full helmet and armor on. I love that. It gives them some anonymity and, anonymity? And like puts you in the eyes. They're not like their whole body's covered. You can be that person. I don't know. It feels more immersive in a sense. But I'm gonna put the playback speed very slow here because I want us to be able to look at this. We got a couple new gears here. So this looks like a Kelowna police officer, maybe SWAT, right? Because look at this patch on the right shoulder pad, man. And why did it just get, like, super shitty? The quality got super shitty, man. We got to fix that. So we'll bring it back. And I'm waiting for this to load. So, yeah, we see this character running. And then he's going to turn his, like, shoulder to us. So this looks like an insignia for, like, I don't know, I want to say the police department, the Kelowna PD, maybe, but the helmet looks really different, and I'm not sure if this is just another branch. Is this a new look at maybe the redesigned Onyx Guards? Because I remember the Onyx Guard helmet that I saw in the Art of E-Day was like gray. They changed it from like black to gray. It could be that. It could be a new Onyx Guard thing. I don't know. I could be wrong though. It looks like an insignia of a new military branch we haven't seen yet, or it could be the Kelowna PD. Maybe we're playing as SWAT officers, like the police are active on E-Day with the military force, so it would make sense. I'm trying to, like, you know, make sure we get a good shot of that, but that's interesting. So they'll have some gears in that. Could be an Onyx Guard too, because there were some gray Onyx Guard looking helmets in that Art of E-Day book. So we get some look at the guy again, and then we're gonna see this Carmine thing that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, so here I think this is the guy that gets revived, maybe, or maybe he gets revived off. No, he does get revived there. So I want to see if I can get like a good look at that model after this goes through. So it's just very hard, man. It's just very hard to look at them. But we do know that Carmine gets revived, and Mags runs right past that. So we know he's there. He's Carmine's there in like the bottom left. This is on the same map, right? This is on the same map. Oh shit. What did I just do? So yeah, right back here. I want to say maybe this is Carmine? Because this is not Carmine. This is Ty's squad member. And Mags is on the team with Carmine. So that's our look at Carmine right there. Like that's him. That's got to be Carmine right here. We don't really have a full, you know, good. I'm looking right now. I don't see anything. I mean, here he could be down there. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, man. Like, we don't really get anything else. We see a clip of Shin dodging some spit, and I'm looking to see if we get Carmine again, but I don't see it. I don't see a frame where he's in it. But yeah, that was pretty good. We got some snippets of some characters we did not get to see. Oh my gosh, that is potato quality. Fix that shit right now. In terms of the speed, let me go back and change it back to normal. Now I wonder, does the quality sharpen a bit? Just want to see. So right here, they're fighting. Did I skip too far, man? Uh-oh. So, God. Okay, all right. I skipped way too far. So, hold on. Yeah, it's just not gonna let us see, man. I mean, yeah, we got our look at Carmine right here. Like, we don't know what he looks like until like the game comes out, which sucks. They're keeping that like as hidden as possible. So that's good to know. That is crazy. But at least it's good to know that we've got a Carmine again, because that was a lot of people's concern. We couldn't even see Carmine before, but we got something tangible here. And I'm just trying to look and see. They go over all that. I know Versus has some more clips. You got Dom. And I'm looking. We got. Wait, what? Mags. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Yeah, I don't really see anything different. You go to Versus though, we might be able to spot some differences and stuff for Versus. Mags, Locust drone. Grenadier got killed. Rusher. Yeah, I don't really see anything like different. I just don't see anything different, man. Gotta look at Marcus, Sniper, and the drone. Someone looks at the maps, and we can do a deeper dive on the maps and stuff later on. They talk about the new game modes. I don't really see anybody new. Here we do get a look at the cog gear. This wasn't somebody that was like, there's just a bright blue cog gear, and I wonder why the colors variate. So we do got that light blue cog gear. And I'm just looking here. We got to look at the Death's Rendezvous skins, all that stuff. We see it. We have the Dom skin. Let's see. They go over the medals. Nothing new, I want to say. I mean, let me just take a look here and freeze frame pause this. And then we can also, after this, just go over the extra stuff that I found that not a lot of people are talking about. Just trying to see here. Yeah, it's just replay. And I also know that, like, you can choose from the different, when you choose the cog gear, when the game comes out, you'll be able to unlock cog gear, and then it'll say heavy, sniper, infantry, hopefully combat medic role, and then, like, I don't know if the Onyx Guard helmet will be there. I know they're gonna have the NCOG Marine, so different branches will be playable. Air Force cog, like, the possibilities are infinite when it comes out. So I want to show you what other stuff that I found, and let's dive into that, okay? Guys, and the next thing I want to tackle are legacy characters and returning characters that I didn't really get to talk too much about because we really didn't see that much, besides some hints, some, other things that hint to the characters returning. So first off, we're going to talk about Baird and Cole. In the Gears of War E-Day trailer for multiplayer, we do see that we do hear Baird's voice line, lock and load. It is different from other games where he says locked and loaded. Well, no, in Gears E-Day, actually, he says locked and loaded, and in past games, he would say lock and load. So we do the voice comparisons. I have a clip here that I post. So we'll listen to that, hear it, and then we'll come back, and then you guys can make your definitive decision on that. I'm letting you know right now, it's Baird. It sounds like him. It is him. Just because I know there are some people that genuinely can't, like, process it and accept the fact that that is genuinely Baird's voice. And maybe the old heads that are looking at the video right now. And I know how some of y'all are, man. Despite the proof, I gotta give a picture and then give you a crossword puzzle that says this is Baird, so you can actually, feel like you're proving a point. Because there are people coming to the channel and saying, well, that's not Baird, just because you hear a character that sounds like him isn't him. Are we dead ass? Like, are we serious, guys? Regardless, let's listen to this, and then we're gonna come back.
Game time. Locked and loaded. Time. Locked and loaded. Time. Locked and loaded. Lock and load. Lock and load. Lock and load. Game time. Locked and loaded.
The thing that I want to talk about is the cog gear. Specifically, there's a big, emphasis on the regular cog gears, and I love that so much in this game. So here I was able to grab some screenshots along from Reddit, other people seeing other things that I didn't catch. Combat medics, sniper gears, heavy gears, infantry gears, the NCOG Marines. We got to look at them in game here. Heavy cog gears. Like, we see all these different variations of the cog gears, which is so fucking cool. I love that they're doing that in this game, and I can't wait to see how far our customization goes when we select the cog gear, what we're able to do, and how we're able to play as them. I just burped, excuse me. Oh my God. But with that being said, I do believe that for whatever the reason is, we will maybe get like a gear we can customize. But if that's not the case, I'm fine. They're doing a good job designing these guys, and I can't wait to see how many variations we get. So I'll put them on screen here, what we've got so far, and then we can talk about the next topic. After that, we can talk about Cole. Now, we've seen a hint or / Easter egg of Cole being in the Gears of War E-Day campaign. I don't think he's going to be in the campaign, and neither is Baird. Now, if they do a Gears of War E-Day kind of like DLC of campaign later on down the line where we see different POVs of Emergence Day through, like, an example is Min, Hoffman, Baird and Cole. I know that they're changing the lore. We know that Baird joins the COG, I believe, on E-Day, or it's yeah, Baird joins the COG right after Emergence Day. Same thing with Cole, and they end up meeting each other in boot camp. And then they get conscripted into the same squad, and then we know about what happens in Judgment. So I don't really have to go into too much detail, but the voice actor for Cole actually tweeted Gears of War E-Day literally last year, and I didn't see this. And that basically confirms he's done some voice work or voice lines, and he can't really say anything yet. But that being said, like, I mean, come on. Like, I know he's going to be in multiplayer. Campaign is a stretch. I can agree with that. I don't know if we're going to see anything regarding campaign with Baird and Cole. Like I said, unless it's like a DLC and they explore that route like Rom Shadow and stuff like that. The next thing that I do want to talk about is, besides seeing Cole like on posters around Kelowna and stuff like that, is the Bank of Tyrus and who that specifically targets as a character coming into E-Day multiplayer and or campaign. And that would be Anya Stroud. Anya Stroud is synonymous with the Bank of Tyrus because she got locked in the Bank of Tyrus. We talk about that. I will put it up here because, like I said, I know I got a lot of people that, you know, hearing it is not enough, so y'all need to see it. And I'm going to put that up there for my slow viewers. I still love you guys, but yo, sometimes y'all piss me off. I love you guys, but you piss me off sometimes. So I'm going to make it as easy as you can. There's the lore with Anya, and you can read that, pause it, and why that's important. So actually, Min and his character as well, because Min, Hoffman, and Anya were somewhat relatively around the same place. And I know that in this game, they're going to be shifting and moving the time frame up from a lot of lore and when it happened traditionally. And that's why a lot of people don't understand that Gears of War E-Day is a prequel / reboot of the series. So let's see what happens when the game comes out. You know, things are obviously privy to change. But I do think we'll see like Kim, Hoffman, Anya, Bernie, like all of these characters that we're not really seeing at the launch or that we've seen so far will come later on down the line, and I do believe they'll be released as time goes on. We just have to, you know, wait, and we'll get those characters per seasons, and they'll probably have their own customization, stuff like that. We know how it works with Gears. So we just gotta wait. Honestly, we just gotta wait. But there's lore literally dropped all over for us, like in snippets from the trailers and the gameplay we've seen. And we just have to like really dissect and deep look, because like, especially with the Anya stuff, why would there be a Bank of Tyrus in Kelowna? Like, let's be for real. The Bank of Tyrus, the main Bank of Tyrus, it is in Ephyra. That's like the capital of, you know, the COG state. So that's like the main hub. That's like, you know, pretty big deal. So I don't know why they would have changed it from Ephyra and moved it to Kelowna. Now, there's probably chains of the Bank of Kelowna. I mean, there's chains of the Bank of Tyrus all over Tyrus. Like, there's, you know, probably just chains, and this is one of those chains in Kelowna. But seeing how important that is, I don't think they would have just moved it, you know? If that was like a subsidiary or something, they could have given it a different name and just said that it's linked to the Bank of Tyrus. But no, they just outright put the Bank of Tyrus there. And Marcus, funny enough, finds Anya in there. Same thing with like Min and stuff. So like I said, we might see these characters later on down the line. We don't have any like tangible evidence of those other characters like Hoffman and such, and, you know, Chairman Prescott and like all these like big deal, big wig COG characters that we've come to know and love and play as over the past couple years. Like I said, only time will tell. But this is your boy Skull and Bones 212. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.